Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be reviewing the Soft Glam palette along with the Amrezy highlight. So I purchased this on February 15th. I received them on February 22nd. So that took a week for it to get here. That's a little longer than I would want something, but whatever, not a problem at all. And everything came perfectly, nothing was broken or nothing like that. It came in a box and was delivered to my house. So I feel like we all know the rundown on the Anastasia palettes. They're very well, except for the one palette that everybody was complaining about, which did not get a lot of good feedback. It was very hit or miss, the Subculture palette. But generally speaking, these are really good palettes. I do also have the Prism palette, which I love. One thing that I really do love about the Anastasia palettes is the size and how compact they are. This is something perfect that you can take with you while traveling and do multiple looks with it. So this is, how much is it? I believe it's $42. The Soft Glam palette is $42. The Amrezy highlight is $28. These items are a little more on the high-end side. You can get way better, you can get way cheaper stuff for this, but you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 14 shades in here. What else? They're each 0.02 ounces, and I'm going to compare that to another. This is the Shayla one. So if you get 0.2 ounces in each, and the whole thing is 0.74 divided by 14. So 0.74 divided by 14. 0.052, so that would make it about $5.20. That makes that, okay, so yeah, that means that each of these are about $5.20 per eyeshadow, which I think is decent, because I'm pretty sure her singles are way more than that, so you get a better bang for your buck when you get it in a palette form. So that is good. And the highlight, how much is this one? It's 0.31 ounces. I'm going to compare it just to my Milani, just to see how much you get here. So in this one, okay, you get 0.30. So this is about the same in these two, so, but of course this one is only I'm pretty sure it's less than $12. Pretty sure. I can't remember the specific price, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So you get way more, but of course you're paying for the name, and you're paying for both of these names. You're paying because it's Anastasia and it's Amrezy. So yeah, it just depends if you're if you're just into nice stuff like that. Me personally, I just like to use affordable stuff. I feel like you can still get good quality, your makeup can still be popping with affordable stuff. But I did want to try it out just to see how this stuff is. So we're going to swatch a few of the shades. I like to swatch, I'm going to use the brush in here. I never use the brush that Anastasia, I use these brushes to contour my nose. That's what I use this brush for. But as far as eyeshadow, not at all. No. We're going to swatch some of the shimmer shades just to see, because I feel when you swatch it with your finger, that's not always accurate. Yes, you can apply with your finger, but I feel you get a better swatch with the brush. So I'm just going to take one swipe of, and the first color I'm using is bronze, and I'm going to swipe that down on my hand. Hopefully you guys can see this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my swatches together. But yeah, the color looks super buttery, looks super creamy, as you guys can see. It looks nice. The color payoff looks very pretty, and it looks very soft. This even looks like a pretty highlight color. It would be a bomb ass one. Only thing I noticed is that some of the colors are similar. So if you compare the two of these, yes, it's different, but it's not super different. If you look at the colors, so the one at the bottom, this is the Soft Glam, and this is the Prism palette. And what I noticed in the Soft Glam palette, that it has burnt orange, which is in the Modern Renaissance palette, Cypress Umbers in the Renaissance palette. So it's you don't necessarily, I feel it's not necessary to go out and get this palette, just because like like the colors are so similar. Like I feel like you can only make so many palettes with so many colors. So yeah, but I'll swatch a few more of the shimmer shades. Sultry looks super pretty right here. So well, let's see what Sultry talking about. Yeah, that one's really pretty as well. And you don't have to pick up a lot of product at all. Let's see, I'll swatch Fairy with my finger just to see if I see a difference. Yeah, that one's nice because especially if you're not really into like glittery, but it's still shimmery, but it's not like super glittery. So yeah, those are just some of them. I'll do Rose Pink with my finger as well. Yeah, they're pretty colors. They're pretty. Like I like the color range, you know, but typically me, I like to get palettes that have crazy ass colors. That's just like, I like to try different stuff. But this is like a good everyday, like, you know, you can achieve different looks with this for the everyday look. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. So as you guys can see, this is a ridiculous amount of fallout. And I like the eye look that I chose, but I wanted to, before I wiped it off, I wanted you guys to see what I was running into. So, and it's with the matte shadows. I don't know what they're doing differently, but like the way with their matte shadows, but it's creating a tremendous amount of fallout. And that is not like typically what like somebody wants to deal with, I feel, when blending out eyeshadow. Like a little fallout, okay, but as much fallout as in here, it's just like, nah bruh, I'm good. And like it's a lot of kickback. So I feel like it's basically the same thing with the Subculture palette. Like the colors blend out fine on my eye, but it's just packing it on there is where I'm running into the problem. So I'm gonna make sure I set this down really well because I want the eyeshadows to blend out nicely on my eye. So as you guys can see, if I was to, I wouldn't even be able to swirl my brush around. The first color I use is Orange Soda. Like when I go like this, it just creates so much kickback. It's really bad. So basically I'm going to just like, I have to be very gentle. Like who wants to be very gentle like this with the brush? Like nobody wants to do that. So I have to do that. And if I tap it, all the product is going to go off. So I can't tap it. So basically I kind of just have to shake it like this, because if I tap it, that's going to put too much pressure and all of it's going to go off. And when I apply it, I mean, I pack my shadows on like this anyway. And this color is super light, so it's not really doing anything. It's just kind of preparing me for the transition of the next color. I feel like the Prism palette, I didn't really experience that with the Prism palette. But yeah, if you want to have luck with this eyeshadow, then what you need to do is like pack it, like don't swirl your brush, pack it like this. Like the colors are nice, but you can find any of these colors anywhere without getting that fallout like that. So it's not like you need, I feel like you're not like, you can find better is what I'm saying. Next color I'm going to use is Burnt Orange. And again, I'm going to show you guys, like, if I was to go like this, I don't know if you guys can see, and I'm just like tapping my brush and like how much kickback like it's creating in there, you know? Like if I was to swirl it, this would be a disaster. So I'm not swirling at all. Like I said, I don't know what they're doing differently, but they need to stop. And like I can't, if I tap it too much, I'm gonna lose all the product. So again, I'm going to pack the color on first, and I'm not gonna sweep it because I feel like if I sweep it, it's gonna like kind of fly up everywhere. So I don't want to do that. Like I want to get as much product on the brush as possible and get this hair off of here while I'm at it. So yeah, get as much product on there. I'm gonna just show you guys just so you can see what I mean. You see, okay, so this is here it is. Watch what happens if I tap it. Like, you see, all of it's gone. So, like, I can't tap it. I cannot. Because it's like, it's picking up the product, but it's not holding it because it's so, like, the way the consistency of it, like the particles are not holding together to stay, like to transfer from the brush to your eye. So that's why you can't go like this, because if you go like this, it's gonna go everywhere. So you literally have to pack it on first. So now I'm gonna take Sienna. So yeah, again, like you have to pack it on like that. You have to, if you want to get like that true color payoff. First, it's like, this is how I like to describe it. This is how I describe it on live. So say this is all the groceries. You put all your groceries in the cart. Now you're taking them in the house. So first you're going to pack the groceries. Like say you got it upstairs, downstairs. You're packing the groceries all at the front door. You're grabbing them from the cart and at the front door. So now all the groceries are at the front door. So now you'll bring them upstairs. And that's when you start to blend it out. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but in my head it sounded right. But y'all can let me know if I just need to not use that again. I do like the color of Sienna, the warmth that is bringing me into the crease. But the way that the product is formulated is a no for me. Like, I'm nah. So now I'm going to use Mulberry. And again, this problem that we're seeing is only with the mattes. Like, so whatever they're doing with the mattes is where we're seeing this issue. So again, you want to tap, tap, tap. Do not swirl. If you have, oh shit. Okay, yeah, you guys see that? Look at that. Like, you see how it's like all like fall up in the air and fell right here, like how it's just like literally like falling down. Yeah, like again, you see I have it in there. You don't want to tap it, because if you tap it, you're gonna lose all the product. So I don't know if you guys can see like how it's sitting on the brush, like, but it's like sitting on top of the brush, like the brush is not actually holding it. Like it's just weird. Like I don't know. I don't know what they did, but I can just tell that it's like the shadow's not holding together well, like, if that makes sense. And then once it's packed on, then I'll start to distribute it. So then now I'll use Cypress Umber. I just want to know what their thoughts were, like when they were creating this, like the way that they're formulating their shadows now. Like, what was the thought process behind it? Because like I still use the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm actually gonna test it out and like see, like try to swirl my brush in those and see if I see a difference. You guys can see like all this fallout on my face. Pack it on there first and then blend it out. Like, I feel like that's the best way that you have to work with these colors. So now I'm going to take the last color in my crease, which is Noir. Again, I'm trying to tap lightly. And so what I noticed with this black is I had to use quite a few layers of it to really build up the intensity on the color. Like, ooh, shit. Like, okay. I'm gonna get close so you guys can see what's happening on my eye. Like, you see, I'm trying to blend it out, but like the way, and like at first I was trying to put it directly into my crease and it wasn't going in my crease of my eye. And like I have like this blob right up in there. And it's just like, I have no idea why it's doing that. Be careful with this black. Be careful with this black, because this shit is crazy. So now to carve out my crease, I'm still using the NYX primer. And it helps when I very slightly hold my head up. So the one thing that I will say that I do like about the shimmers in this palette is that I don't have to spray the brush. Like, that's how pigmented they are and buttery. So the shimmers are really nice. For the inner portion of my eye, I use rose pink, and I don't have, like, that's like one swipe. And it picks up a lot of product, so you don't need a lot. And then basically I'm just going to pack it on here, and it just packs on very good. Like, it comes on very nicely, like with very little effort. Like, obviously they have reformulated their stuff. Whatever they've done with the shimmers, it's working, but it's not working for the mattes. So now I'm taking the color right next to it, which is Sultry. And then I'm packing it on. I feel like me packing it on is giving me the best color payout. Glistening right here just once, or maybe twice, 3 times, 4, because I'm feeling lucky. I did spray glistening. I felt like I needed to spray glistening, and basically I just overlapped it on the top, and that's just gonna like brighten that up a little more. The lashes I'm wearing are from iMink lashes. These lashes are so bomb. I'll have like all the information down below of these with these lashes if you guys want to go check them out. Now we're about to get into the highlight. Before I just finished my face makeup, and I always like to spray myself because I feel like this makes the highlighter adhere better to the skin. And I always like to press it in. This takes away that powdery look. And I feel like this is just what really sets the makeup. I'm gonna take a little bit on my fan brush. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Oh yes, oh yes. Yeah, this is bomb, 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 bomb. Yes, give it to me. I'm here for it. Okay, it's lit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. No, this is bomb, y'all. Bruh, bruh. Again though, again, come on. I'm here, I'm ready, present. Do you hear me? Highlight is here and ready. Honestly, I don't expect anything less from Amrezy. Like, I don't. Like, so the fact that this is popping like this is like, you know, I expect this from her. This is really good. It's nice. And I feel like the way that the color is, it goes well on both. Like, okay, so the look is finished, and just to give you guys like an overall like synopsis of it, the Soft Glam palette, the colors, the shimmer colors are very nice. They're super pigmented. You don't even need a setting spray to apply them. They're super pigmented, super buttery. I really do like the shimmers in here. The mattes, on the other hand, I don't know whatever they did to reformulate this product, like their eyeshadows, but it's not working for the mattes because the mattes, they produce a lot of kickback when you tap your brush in, and I was just tapping, I wasn't even swirling it, so that's not good because it creates a lot of fallout on your eyes and it makes it very difficult to work with and blend, especially if you're a beginner. But with me, because I know how to finesse it and work it, like I was able to still get it. But this can be very difficult, I feel. Well, not very difficult, but it can just be kind of challenging for somebody that does not you know, is still new with eyeshadow. And so basically I have the Modern Renaissance. This thing is so old and nasty, sorry y'all, but basically what I wanted to see is the difference. Like, okay, so they have Cypress Umber in here. I'm gonna swirl my brush around, so you see I'm swirling it and I'm getting a little bit of kickback, but it's not a lot. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with the Cypress Umber in here. And it's a ridiculous amount of like it's ridiculous how much is in here. So obviously you can tell that they've reformulated it. Like comparing these two, the Modern Renaissance and the Soft Glam, there's colors in here that are the same, but they have reformulated them. What they did do is they did make the shimmers better, but the powders is not whatever they did is not working for the powder. So I don't recommend that. I feel like you can get something way better with less kickback. Like I said, for example, Jaclyn Hill palette, bomb. This one you get, first of all, you get way more colors and it's cheaper, and you can swirl the shit out of this and you're not getting like a tremendous amount of kickback, you know, like you get a little bit, but it's not like, I feel like it's ridiculous in the Soft Glam palette. Yes, I was able to create this super pretty look that I really like. Okay, sun coming in on the side got me popping. But yeah, yes, I was able to create a really pretty look, but it took some work. You guys seen what I went through. So would I recommend it? Not really, just because I feel like you can find something better. You can get something better with less kickback. Yes, like I said, the shimmers are good, but I feel like it's not necessary for you to go out and spend your money on that. But on this, on the other hand, this is a really good highlight. Super pretty, as you guys can see. Yes, and I got the sun coming in on the side, got me out here popping or whatever. But no, this is a really good highlight. Like I said, I don't expect anything less from Amrezy because I already knew she was going to show out and show up with this. So this is a good product. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this review was helpful to somebody. Let me know what else you guys would like to see, and I'll see you guys in my next video.